So this example is asking us to solve for x. So it doesn't look like such a complicated equation. Let's go through it. And the first thing we need to do is we have to get rid of the parentheses, and we do this by distributing. So first, on the left-hand side, we're going to distribute the 3, and we get 3x plus 3 plus 2x equals, and on the right-hand side, we're going to distribute the 5. So this equals 5x minus 15. Perfect. Now we need to combine like terms. So we see on the left-hand side, we have two x's there. We need to combine the 3x and the 2x. And so we get 5x plus 3 is equal to 5x minus 15. And there's nothing to combine on the left-hand side. Next, we're going to move all of our x's to one side. And so I'm going to subtract the 5x so that I can eliminate it from the right-hand side. And I get negative 15 on the right-hand side. But notice what happens, which is at the same time that it disappears on the right-hand side, it also disappears on the left-hand side. So my x's are gone, and we're left with this weird thing that says 3 is equal to negative 15. But here's the thing. 3 doesn't equal negative 15. So this statement here is a false statement, and it doesn't make any sense. So how do we answer the question? How do we go back? How do we solve for x? Well, if we end up with the false statement like this, that means that there is no solution. And what does no solution mean? No solution means that there is no x that works. If I look at these x's in my equation and I try to plug in numbers, I could try to plug in 2, I could try to plug in 3/5, I could try to plug in negative 19 over 12. The left side is never going to equal the right side. We could spend the rest of our lives plugging in an infinite number of x's into this equation. It's not going to work. Now, that said, it's very important to understand the difference between getting 3 equals negative 15, which is what we got in this example, and an example where maybe we might end up with 3 is equal to 3, right? That's very different than 3 equals negative 15, because 3 equals 3 is a true statement. So what does that mean about a solution? Well, a true statement means that there are actually infinite solutions. And infinite solutions means you can plug in whatever x's you want. They're always going to work. Plug in 2, the left side will equal the right side. Plug in 13,000, the left side will equal the right side. So it doesn't matter what x you choose. It's an identity, essentially. The left side always equals the right side. So again, when x disappears, you have to be very, very careful to look at what you get. Do you get something like 3 equals negative 15, which isn't true? Or do you get something like 3 equals 3, which is true? Each of those gives a separate answer to your equation.